Thursday the 6th, we're on full body. So we only have one part, 5, 6, or 7 rounds. So you'll notice it'll alternate between 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, and 7. So today we have 5, 6, or 7, that's your choice. We have alternating reverse lunge with front swings, thrusters, leg lift circle downs, and supermans. So alternating reverse lunges with front swings. So I did put swings instead of raises because I feel like they end up just swinging. Okay, thrusters, and you can use your chair if you have to. Leg lift circle downs. These ones are tough if you have weird hips like I do. My hips pop ridiculously when I do this. So I think when I did this, I changed it to just regular leg lifts. So you're gonna start here. You're gonna leg lift up, circle down and around. Up, so both my hips pop one after another. So you could just switch to regular leg lifts if that's happening to you. It doesn't hurt me, but it really grosses me out. And I feel like it just shouldn't be doing that. And Supermans. Arms out, legs out. Okay, so we have alternating reverse lunges with front swings. So we did talk about our lunges. We had maybe on Monday, the reverse lunge with the pulse. Forward. Okay, so what we're doing this time is we're still doing reverse lunges, but we're adding a swing with our arms. So you're still reverse lunging. We're doing alternating. So remember, railroad tracks with your feet. Don't stick them behind each other. Your back stays upright. Your toes and your hips are pointing forward. That's your reverse lunge, okay? Now what we're doing is we're adding a weight to each hand, and every time we step back, we're gonna swing forward, okay? Step back, swing forward. So normally I don't like swinging motions, but it works with this exercise because we're not really that concerned about necessarily the form of how we lift the weight. We're more concerned about the motion that it's providing us, and it just adds in a little bit more of a cardio aspect. So it's okay to swing. I'm not concerned about hitting, because it's just I think too much to focus on when you're also moving backward. So it's gonna look like this. Swing, 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 okay? And again, you can use lightweight, that was 5 pounds. Thrusters. So thrusters are combining a squat and an overhead press. So we talked a little bit about squatting, so I'm gonna address the press first. So it's a shoulder press. So a typical shoulder press starts at your shoulders, just like this, and you just press straight up overhead, down, up, down, up, down. That is your typical shoulder press. When you press, the weight needs to go straight up. It shouldn't be like this, and it shouldn't be in front. It should always be, your shoulders should be by your ears, okay? Now, you're gonna do it with a squat. So you're gonna rack your weights up at your shoulder, get into whatever squat stance is comfortable for you. So if having a little bit wider is more comfortable, whatever, do whichever one is gonna be the most comfortable. And you're gonna squat down with the weights there, and then when you come up, you're gonna press. 1, squat, press, 2, squat, press, 3, okay? Now, if you need to do a full sit, if you have bad knees, have trouble squatting with weight, whatever it is, you're gonna still keep your weight at your shoulder, and you're going to do a full sit, stand and press. 1, full sit, stand and press. 2. So you make sure when you do your full sit that you don't relax into the chair. You should be sitting like this with your back up and your shoulders back, okay? You can also do tap and go if you are somebody who's not very familiar with squatting. So when you squat, if you're not familiar with it, you might not know, well, when do I know when to stop? How do I know if I went far enough? If you are asking those questions and you feel awkward, you can do tap and go. So tap and go for squats means instead of doing a full sit, you're going to squat until you feel the chair. And then you know to stand up because you felt it. So that's going to make sure that you're constantly going the same depth every single squat, okay? So that's going to help you get used to where you should be in space if you're not sure. And I also forgot to mention on the first leg day, I have a video in my pinned post of resource videos called like bad legs or bad knees, leg subs or something like that. And it's all different exercises that I could think of that are not a lot of bending or no bending for people that might have bad knees. So you can always watch that video and maybe write down a couple of the ones that you think you can do or that you like, and just keep them on hand to sub in anytime we have a leg day. Because there's some leg days where all it is like super bending and kneeling and stuff, and you might not be able to do any of it. So you want to be prepared with those exercises that you can do. So go ahead and watch that video if you're one of those people, and just have some ready to plug in whenever you need it. Leg lift, circle down. So this is the one that I was saying, my hips pop, and they both pop at different spots. So I get 2 different pops, which I really don't like listening to. It doesn't hurt, it's just, they just pop. So this is your leg lift, but instead of going straight down with your legs, you circle down. So your typical leg lift looks like this. Your legs don't touch the ground, but you're lifting up and down. We kind of talked about this when we were doing our HIIT. Now, instead of going down like this, you circle down. So your legs are up in the air and you circle down. Lift up, circle down. Oh God, lift up, circle down. So for me, my right one pops, then my left one pops. When I get to like the widest point down here, they pop. So up, circle down, up, circle down. So the reason that doing that is good is because it's not only going to work your legs, but it's going to work a different area of your core than if you were to go straight up and down. So try them if you can. If you're like me and it's just like popping and it's really bothering you, or it hurts, like mine doesn't hurt, but if it hurts, don't do that. Just do the straight up and down. So what you typically would do is you would put your hands a little bit under your butt. And this is, you do this because it helps you fill that gap that I was talking about from yesterday. So when I was saying that when your hips go up and you can stick like your hand under your lower back, if you start with your hips, with your hands under your butt, it helps to kind of even out. So instead of it being like butt, back that came off the ground, back, it's gonna just look more like this because your hands are under your butt, okay? So if you can't do the circle down, then just do the regular leg lift. Superman's, oh, Jesus, is a full body workout, exercise I should say, and it's gonna be really awkward if you've never done it before. Even when you have done it before, it still feels awkward when you're doing it. So the idea behind this one is you're using all of the muscles on the back of your body. So when we do most of our daily routine, just everyday stuff at office, at home, whatever it is, you're using a lot of the front of your body. You're using a lot of your shoulders, your biceps, your quads, the front of your legs. You do use your lower back and your butt, but it's a lot of front body. So with this, we're working all of the muscles on the back of our body. So your arms are outstretched, your legs are outstretched, and you are going to lift, balancing on your stomach, back down. 1. Lift, back down. 2. Lift, back down. 3. So some people, they do it and they're like, I feel like I'm not even lifting off the ground, or my legs aren't lifting, or whatever. That is fine. Just do lift, and whatever comes off, because eventually you're going to get stronger and it's going to get better. So if you're doing it and only your arms are coming off, that's fine. If you're doing it and your legs are coming off, but they're only coming off an inch, that's fine. Just do what you can do, and eventually you will get stronger. And you will feel that one in your lower back, because what you're essentially doing is, so instead of crunching and feeling it in your core, in the front of your core, your back is also your core. Your core is your whole midsection. Some people are confused by that and they think that when you say core, you're talking about just your abs. Your core is the entire core, your middle section. So in this one, instead of crunching our bodies forward and using our abs on the front, we're basically crunching backward, so you're gonna feel it in your lower back, okay? So if you have a tight lower back or a weak lower back, it might be sore after these, but as long as you're not in pain, that's totally normal, because again, we don't typically use the back of our body that much, okay?